and welcome back to Crunchy Things.
On the side, I'm Megan.
I'm Tami.
And today we are talking about Disney's Aladdin.
It is the new live-action remake with Guy Ritchie as director and Will Smith as the Genie.
Now, last month we did our coming soon list, and we both discussed how nervous we were about Will Smith taking on the mantle of the Genie. Will Smith approached this
from a different place.
Exactly.
And
so different. He managed to bring humanity into the role.
So much better than what I was expecting. Not gonna lie, I really do like Will Smith, but I was like, can he really be the Genie? I don't know about this.
He definitely could. He brought in that hip-hop flavor.
He brought that humanity to the Genie. We could feel he had seen people make the same mistake over and over and over again, and that he'd been doing this for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. And his character arc was a little bit different than in the original film, in that when he first comes out of the lamp, his thought is, where's the guy? Because it's Aladdin there. He rubbed the lamp, he called the Genie out. He does not look like the man.
Guy.
Yeah, the guy who would make the wishes, you know. The Genie is so used to that abuse of the wishes for money, power, you know, anything that they want, but it never makes the person happy.
No.
And initially he thought the worst of Aladdin, of course, and then he grew to actually see Aladdin as a friend.
Yeah. And that becomes really important to the story later on.
Exactly. Before we go into the actual story, I have to say something, because we're just going to jump into the soundtrack portion of this event. Oh my gosh!
We loved it.
Yes. That thudding beat, the dun 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 dun. Holy crap!
It was so... Now, I love the soundtrack for Aladdin. I've been singing it for decades. This one, yes, those same songs were there, it was great, but it added something to it. We had the sitar, that was flavor of,
Agrabah.
Yeah.
It brought that realness.
Yes. Some of the other songs, you know, we had that over-the-top Genie's performance in Friend Like Me, but Will Smith had his own flavor. I mean, he did start as a rapper and singer, and that was
very hip-hop and very early 90s, so
he
brought that flavor into it, and it was so much
fun. All of the songs were great, but they did a new song.
Oh, I loved it!
We cannot talk enough about Speechless. It is the song that Jasmine sings. There's so much to say about Jasmine. But this song captures her frustration at
the patriarchy.
At just being the daughter. She can only be the princess. She was never going to be the sultan. Mm-hmm. And she is never going to be the one that is actually going to be able to stand up and help her people. Mm-hmm.
But she didn't let that stop her from trying.
No. And she learned, and she was smart and speechless. She's like, I'm not going to be speechless anymore. Mm-hmm. And in this time that we're in right now,
it's such a huge message for women all over the world.
And I'm excited to see the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? The impact that it's going to have on little girls who are watching this now compared to the song, you know.
Compared to the princesses that I grew up with,
yeah,
which were all very damsel in distress.
Yeah. Jasmine's like,
no.
Heck no.
I can take care of myself.
I'm gonna save us. Mm-hmm. And
that was wonderful.
That was awesome. Great scene. We won't say much more, but
if you're gonna watch this movie, it's enough just to watch it for Jasmine.
Yeah. The other thing that, branching off from the soundtrack, the costumes. Oh,
gorgeous.
So amazing.
The colors, they were just beautiful.
Vibrant. They even had a bit of, even though we're in Agrabah, there was a bit of a Bollywood flair in a couple of the things. So much fun. But they de-sexified the whole film. That's my new word.
Completely.
I created that.
Yeah, desexified is a great word for that.
Yes.
Because when the first movie came out, I think it was 92, I mean, you had a half-naked protagonist running around, and then Jasmine was in a two-piece harem pants and bralette thing style outfit, and it was just a lot of skin.
But that wasn't the only thing. In the opening, when Aladdin is running through the town, and he runs through, and it's like, instead of, it's a bunch of horse.
Instead of a brothel.
Yeah, it's
school children.
Oh.
And I really liked that change, personally.
Anyway, the costumes just allowed them to create a story that the sex...
There was no sex in this.
There was romance. Lots of romance.
Yes.
But it was
innocent romance.
And sweet and fun. Those moments. And there were some other characters that were brought in. I don't want to say too much.
Handmaiden was hysterical.
We loved her. And that's the thing with the remake. When one is doing a remake, you don't want to just...
do a shot for shot.
No.
Psycho did not work.
No, because it brought absolutely nothing to the story. This added, we had some characters, we had some new songs, we had growth in everything in the story, where the thing that we just saw, Dumbo,
they kept on adding things to the mix that they're like, oh, this will fix it, this will fix it, this will fix it. No, take away. Less is more.
And what they did in Aladdin, they kept the same story. It was the story of Aladdin and the street rat, with, the
ultimate hustler.
Yeah, the ultimate street hustler, the diamond in the rough, and expanded on that, and everyone came up. Whereas in Dumbo, it's this really sweet story about this elephant, but then they just kept adding things that we lost that innocence, we lost that sweet story, and it did nothing for us. Whereas here, we walked out going, oh my gosh, this was so much fun.
We need to watch it again.
Whereas Dumbo, we're like...
if it was a marathon, maybe. No, kind of riffing off on the new characters, we have to talk about, not really a new character, but a new take on a character.
Yes.
And that is Jafar.
That's the one thing that...
they could have done better.
Yeah. And...
it's not that he did a bad job. The actor was amazing. The problem is they...
made him whiny.
They made his emotional maturity much lower than it was in the original. He was not calculating. He was not in control.
There's something about Jafar in the original cartoon. He had this smarminess that actually really worked.
It did.
You could just see the evil dripping off of him. But it had so much, it brought so much to his character. And the Jafar in this, he just kind of was weak compared to
the rest of the characters.
Yeah, his portrayal just...
because you want an evenly balanced cast. And I mean, every character in there is there for a reason. There are no surplus characters in Aladdin.
No.
But they all have to hold up their part.
And Jafar
he fell a little short of that, so he wasn't holding up his part.
And it just, that one element made everything kind of go...
a little bit. Okay, we say that. I honestly loved this movie so much, I want to go see it again.
Oh yeah, don't get us wrong.
No.
We will watch it again.
And again.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
But when so much is good, that one thing that sticks out just so aggravating.
Yes.
So aggravating.
So, a call out to two of my favorite characters from the original film they updated them perfectly in this
They
film.
were so fun.
We've got Abu the monkey, who is a adorable little thief. That he had a lot of personality, and he. I don't know. I have a soft spot in my heart for this little monkey because they did a call out to one of the scenes in the original film in which Aladdin and Abu have just stolen the bread, and he takes a bite and then he reluctantly hands it over. Well, the monkey does the same thing, pretty much, only to a different type of food. It was just adorable, and I loved it.
It was fun. And I'm pretty sure it was not a CGI monkey. I think it was...
I don't know. We'd have to check that.
I don't know, but it felt real.
It did.
Comparatively speaking, in some other things, it did not...
Well, they probably did have a monkey. They probably CGI'd some of the facial expressions.
Yes, but it felt... Even his CGI expressions didn't feel CGI, so...
No.
Good on ya.
And then, in addition to that, of course, is Carpet, who
Their personality. Who could imagine a inanimate object having such personality?
And his relationship with Abu is adorable.
Oh.
Ugh, especially at the very end.
Oh.
So cute.
So sweet.
Overall, this film, it was just a feast for the eyes. It was visually stunning. The CGI and special effects were amazing. That being said, I want to talk a little bit about a controversy that happened with this film. And that is, there was no whitewashing at all, which was amazing.
They did a good job with that.
They did. But the controversy comes with some of the crew had to be on screen for safety reasons and sometimes logistic reasons, and some of these crew members were white. And so the makeup team covered them in brown makeup so that they blended in. They weren't featured, they didn't come on screen at all. Intentionally, they didn't look at the camera, whatever, or you know what I mean by that. But they did this not as a slap in the face. They were trying to make it seamless so you didn't see them, so that they could tell the story that they wanted to tell. And I think that they could have maybe tried something a little different. I don't know about the logistics of it. They could have tried hiring somebody of the ethnicity that they needed, but I don't think that it was done maliciously, and I don't think it was in bad taste.
No, especially when they went to such an effort to find actors that were of ethnic origins. We had Iran, India, Egypt.
Look, everybody
had an ethnic origin. Whether or not they were born in Egypt or their parents were Indian. It was. Mm-hmm. They did a good job with that.
They did, because there's something to be said about changing, of course, your cast because the actor nails it, no matter their ethnicity. But I really respect the fact that Disney did this and that they decided to stay true to the actual ethnicity of the story.
Yes. Yeah. Loved it. There was one scene that it could be a little scary for a kid. Mm-hmm. It's not graphic, but falling down a giant well, hearing that person scream,
it might be a little scary for a small child.
But overall, there wasn't anything. Cave of Wonder scene with the.
It was an intense scene, so just be aware of that. I think it's PG.
Yeah.
So.
There was no blood and guts or anything like that.
No.
Nothing. So that's the one thing that it was just like. Even I was like, oh, because it comes
kind of intense.
Yes, it comes so much at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But other than that, there really wasn't anything that made you go, do I need to cover my eyes?
Yeah. It was definitely a family-friendly movie, and one that I will definitely recommend to everybody I know.
Absolutely. And make it a great date night film.
There you go. It lives in childhood magic.
Yes.
Because this movie captured it.
It did. So go check out Aladdin now. We gave it... Did we give it
We gave it a 5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And it's funny considering critics have, hated it.
Yeah.
But the audience scores are amazing.
They're loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And
What do the critics know anyway?
Yeah. We're watching it because we want to see something fun. And that is what we got.
Exactly. It was a wonderful way to spend a Saturday morning.
So, anyway.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching this video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And we want to hear from you guys. Have you seen this movie? What did you think of this compared to the original? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the notification icon.
Yeah, we do post every Thursday, so.
And this week we're getting a few more, so check it out.
Bye!